Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks so much for joining me today. As always, it's lovely to have your company. So come on in, take your coat off. Let's put that kettle on, make your brew, and let's have some crafty time together. Now, the last couple of weeks, a few of you got in touch and said, could I possibly create some designs that are sort of spring-like that would be good for Easter cards or just general spring cards? So I thought we'd do something along those lines today. But you know me, I'm going to give you an idea, but there's lots of variations on the theme. You know, we could have a couple of the little birds down here, and you could maybe add colours and make them into blue tits, make them spring birds. You can alter your floral types of stamps, alter the colours maybe. Lots of alternatives, and I purposely haven't put a greeting on. As I say, it could be just a general spring card, could be a spring birthday, could be somebody's moving house in spring. Do you know what? Lots of things. But as I say, so for me, it's a card that could be made into an Easter card, but could just be a general spring card. So that's the idea anyway. I always like to let you know how my head's working. Now, this is the type of thing I'm going for, but you know me, it may change up a bit as we go. So I've got myself a piece of my Multifarious card here, and this is 7 inches by 7 inches. And I'm going to start off with one of our sticker stencils. And this one is from the first set that we brought out at Lavinia. And it's the one with the gorgeous birds, the heart. And I have to say, how useful has that been? Valentine's Day, Mothering Sunday, lots of good uses for that. And it's got this gorgeous leaf. And I thought we'd use this as our backdrop. So we need the outer bit. Obviously, we get the outer and the inner bit. And I'm just going to place that I'm going to put it sort of off centre, so that should I wish to stamp a sentiment down here, but I just think for me it's more pleasing to the eye if it's slightly off centre. Maybe just take it up a little. They are repositionable, look, so obviously you can spend your time. Now I hope you're keeping well. I hope everything's going okay. I have to say we're at the hospital for Carl tomorrow. Hopefully get this boot taken off. Oh, do you know, it's been a long 12 weeks. I love him to bits, but 12 weeks with him out of action. Oh, can't wait to have him back. So I'm going to come in with the elements, and this one is Sundance. I'm thinking of the yellowy tones. Now my original is quite orange, and I'm just going to see maybe to make this one a little bit more yellow. I like to just mix it up a bit. Sorry, excuse me, but we'll see. I may go back and just make it orange, who knows? So I'm going to start, always put your ink again on the lid, but on the sticker stencil, and I'm just gently going to flick. Now we may get a bit of shadow here, I'm afraid. And I'm just going to go all the way around the edge to start off with, just with gentle flicking motions. And don't go against the stencil. So I'm coming in and flicking inwards. I don't want to go against it and lift any of these bits. So go back to the top. When I've inked up, I want the top to be brighter. So I just go back to the top and then work my way down and work my way in. I want the inner bit to be lighter, look. So I'm concentrating on the outside and flicking in. It's always good to practice these brush techniques when you're using a stencil. So I'm happy with that, and that was Sundance. We'll pop that to one side, and I'm going to come in now with Russet Orange and just add, and I've got my orange stencil brush here. So again, a little bit in the lid, and again, some on the base here, and I'm just going to flick just to give the base more of an orangey hue. And I can decide how far up I want to go. As I say, I'm going to do this one a little bit paler, just to see the difference. I think I'm going to leave that there. I like that. You know me, I never like to do something the same twice. So again, we'll gently just peel that off, look. And always, got a black mark there, had to blow that. Always store your sticker stencil back on its carrier sheet. I like that. As I say, it is paler than my original, but I just want to see the difference. And often if I'm batch card making, you know, that's what I like to do. I like to just mix it up a bit. Are you the same, or do you like to do, I know some people like to do them all the same. So we'll do a little bit of stamping next. And I think we'll come in first with this lovely leaf creeper. And this is one of those stamps, you know, when I got it, I thought, I don't know if I like that or not. Being honest, because that's what happens. But I found it so useful. I use it so much. And what I want to do is get a piece of my copy paper and just tear myself, and again tear towards, just want a little bit of protection here, just to give myself a base. I don't want to stamp below, so I need to remember to do that. And we'll come in with the larger, the leaf creeper, you've got two, and we're using the verdant. And we're just going to make a bit of a backdrop first. I like to add sort of my greenery first. So we'll have a main one here in the middle. And then we'll just add some first and second generation, just to give a nice shape. Sort of thinking, we're doing that thing if I'm pretending I'm a florist again. And obviously I'm not, you know I'm not. There we go. And I like the way we get that edge there. Such a beautiful stamp this, as I say. I do feel very naughty that I wasn't, you know, but you do have stamps like that. I bet you're the same. I bet you have stamps that you think you're going to use it but just a bit, and then you end up using it so much. And then when I was looking through my stamps, in my head I wanted something that was a little bit, well, I love fritillarias and sort of daffodil, sort of spring-like. And I've actually gone for the fairy bell set. And there's 3 stamps here. So we get the 3 and I'm going for the larger one. And I'm going to stamp it. Now in my original one, I used Golden Meadow. But I've got Cheerful and I think it might be brighter. Golden Meadow, when I bring the original in, look, it looks quite greeny. So I'm going to see. Now, again, you would test this on copy of paper. In fact, I suppose I should really. Let's see. Golden Meadow. And then the verdant just for the stem. Just to come up to meet that there. So let's try it on here then. Yeah, I like that. That's more, that definitely looks more yellow. So that's the Cheerful I think we're going to go for. But again, it's nice having choices. Just change your colour tones about. So we'll put that back there. And we'll have one there. Don't want it directly in the middle. I want it slightly off. My mum has a plant, dogtooth violet, and they look a little bit like these. I have to say I love the way that these can represent so many different flowers. So I'm just thinking, let's have another one here. And I love this sort of the spring colours, the yellows, the greens. And again, we'll just come in with a little bit of green up the stem. And then we'll pop our third one here. And turn it round so you can see. If I just bring it a bit closer, because it's quite pale, it's not easy to see. But I purposely want this one quite pale. I love to see the difference. Sometimes it depends what mood I'm in. What about you? Do you feel you do that? Some days I have a sort of pale day, other days I'm full colour. Get it on there. Now the next stamp is this bluebell. And in my head, I wanted to almost go for some colours. I've got lots of lovely primulas at the minute. So I know it's a bluebell stamp, but in my head I'm going for the colours. And I'm going to use an orange and a pink. So I've got Charming Pink and Summertime. But this is a great time to look at your Versafine Clair, see what colours you've got, and maybe look what colours you need. But also if you've bought them, you know, we need to use them. So I think we'll have an orange one there. And again, I'm doing the two colours, orange for the flower and green for the base. And we'll have two of these. And again, I don't want it to be symmetrical. And then we'll give that a bit of a wipe. Oh, wiped my lamp as well then. Mr. Inky Binky's not behaving. And we'll come in with the Charming. So again, flowers. And then in with, and if I get a little bit on my ink pad at the end, I'm just going to pop that on my copy paper and that'll take any of that other colour off. So it's not a problem. Just want a little bit more pink on there. I think it's going to be pinky orange, this one, but I don't mind. So let's have this one. I'm trying to not get them evenly spaced and all the same height. I want it to look quite natural. But sometimes we have to think about how to make it look natural, don't we? So let's just have a look. Let's have a pink one here. I think there. And then I think just a little, maybe here. I'll put a little bit of the pink. So like I say, have a look of your Versafine Clair, see what colours you've got. Actually, I'm thinking I'm going to put another one here. I just think if I'd have put it here, it would have looked too, that looks more natural to me, rather than pink, orange, you know, it would have been too symmetrical, but I like that. Like I say, it's how to think, not to be symmetrical. So the bunny I'm going to use is from the Wild Hare set. And again, I'm thinking for Easter, our little bunny. And I'm going to use Pine Cone. And purposely, we're not going to have any black inking on this. So this is a lovely brown. So Pine Cone. And then just bring my kitchen towel. So I want my bunny. Put him there, my little Easter bunny. And again, he's a silhouette, so I'm just giving him time to just let that ink soak in. Oh, that's fabulous. And then just to make him more part of the design, to bring him in more, we'll come back with, so on the leaf creeper, there's the smaller one. So what we'll do, we'll give him a bit of a blot. And then we'll have a little bit of stamping around him with the verdant again. And we'll just put our copy of paper there. Look, and we'll just have some first, second and third generation. Just so he's got some foliage around him. And he doesn't look like he's just sort of floating. Let's just, I think we'll just have a taller piece there. Yeah, I like that. So as I say, what I would do for this is just give it a bit of a rub, and it takes off, look, a little bit of that pink, and I'm happy with that. That ink pad will work fine. I mean, you could just leave the coloured ink, but messes with my head, so I like to just, but that's just me. So we'll give this a blot. And as I say, I bet you've got lots of stamps that'll work well with this. And I love a design that you can mix up a bit. So what we need to do is just add that little bit of shading now. So we'll bring in our chalk pastel pencils. Just open my lid. Not much room on here, you know what I'm like. And we'll come in with the brown to start off with. And I'm just going to add a little bit under my bunny here and a little bit under the foliage there. And what we'll do, we'll just come in with, this is just a biodegradable cotton bud. I could use my finger to smudge it, but I'm trying to keep my fingers clean because I've got this lovely white space and I don't want dirty marks on it. So we'll just smudge that out. And then there's a gorgeous light green in here. And I'm just going to go above that brown and add a little bit of green. You'd be amazed how it just, and obviously these are double-ended, look, so we can use them, we can smudge the green. And that will just add almost a little bit of depth to the design. And it just fills in that space, look. So if you had any areas here where you hadn't quite stamped and you wanted to make it look a bit better, look, that green, I just think that really works well. And then last of all, we'll just bring in the white and we'll give him a little bit of a tail, look. Little bit of shape, give him a waist. I say him, could be a her. I don't know, are Easter bunnies? Are they male, female? There we go. And that just, so we'll pop the pencils on the floor next to Eric. And then I just think that looks beautiful, doesn't it? Now you could leave it like that, but the finishing touch, I just need a few little bits of sparkle. So I'm going to come in with the yellow, the lovely yellow sparkly Posca. And I just want to add a few little splats just on this white space, just around the floral design. And just in this corner, just to follow that line across. Now again, if you don't like your splats, obviously, you know, you may not want to add them. But that is, and I just think that's such a pretty, lovely design, which you could easily mix up. And I can't wait to see what different florals you use and which different colours you use. Now on my original, as you can see, we've got a darker colour palette. That was more of the russet orange. And I've actually used my green from my sparkly pen set. And I've used the green for my little splats. So it just shows you the difference. But I think it's nice to have a couple of, you know, different options. Because I also think it would look nice if we did the leaf in green and then the stamping on top. You see, again, you could do the same card. So again, if you send Easter cards out to your family and you don't want them all to have the same, but you don't want to make a completely different design, you could just alter the colour and alter the stamps, mix it up a little bit. As I say, maybe put 2 Easter bunnies here on one. You see, we have so many options. And we've got space here. I think if you were going to put your sentiment, space there would be perfect, or across here. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. I just adore it when you put your designs on. And please tag me in so I can comment. And also, do you know what? I love it when we share ideas. And I bet you're thinking now which of the stamps you've got that would work well. I mean, I did wonder about using the foxglove. I think the foxglove would work well with this. Or the poppy. You see, I adore poppies. But I thought, no, don't use the poppy again because you've been using that a lot recently. The wild summer flowers, again, I thought, no, walk away from them. But do you know what? I really can't wait to see what you come up with. So I hope you have a good week. You take care. We've got our exciting event at the weekend. So I've got a couple of YouTubes to put on for you. So I'll see you again Thursday morning and I'll see you Friday morning. You enjoy yourselves. Much love from me. Bye for now.